Good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Barch. I'm a managing director for the Association for Financial Professionals. I'm excited to be here today. Thank you, Smart Train, for the invitation. Today, I'm going to give you a quick overview of our FPAC certification. And before I jump into that, I'm going to give you a little background on AFP. So AFP, the Association for Financial Professionals, is a not-for-profit, member-directed professional society. We really exist to help finance practitioners reach their full potential. And we do that through our professional development. A couple of things we're really well known for is our membership. We have 16,000 members all around the world, and we leverage those members to help develop our content. So everything that we build is built by practitioners for practitioners. We're also well known, obviously, for our two certifications. So the CTP, which is a certified treasury professional, which really is the gold standard in Treasury, has been earned by over 36,000 people around the world. It's represented in over 80% of the Fortune 500. That's really the legacy certification that we built AFP upon. And then today we're talking about the FPAC certification. That was launched in 2014. It's already been earned by people in over 80 countries. And we actually are up to over 2,000 currently certified, with another 5,000 or so in the process of working towards that certification. We're also well known for our events. Our annual conference is the largest corporate finance conference in the world. We just had it last week in Nashville, Tennessee, where we had over 7,000 practitioners in attendance at the event. We had over 130 educational sessions, and we had over 230 exhibitors on our exhibit floor. And we'll also are launching for the first time this March in Austin, Texas. We'll have the FP&A Forum, which will be an FP&A specific event. Our main annual event is still probably 70-30 Treasury to finance. And then we also have AFP Learn, which is our learning management system, where we offer a number of different trainings throughout the year, both live and on demand. So when we get into the FPA certification, when we launched it, the first thing you do is a job task analysis where you define, what FP&A is. And so we sent out a survey to over 5,000 practitioners across the world, diverse in business size, diverse in industry, and really said to them, define FP&A. How do you define it with your own organization? And what you see here on this slide is a compilation of how we define the FP&A function. And once you define the function, then you can go out and build the knowledge domains to create the certification. And it's important to point out that AFP is really the facilitator. We bring together current practitioners of FP&A as volunteers to develop our content. So one thing we hear all the time from people that go through the program is how relatable it is day one to what they're doing in their job, the content that they're learning through the certification.
Sorry, Justin, I
Yeah.
cannot see your slide. Have you shared that?
Hmm.
I just see the first slide in the webinar,
Hold
not the
on.
content. Mm.
Hmm. Can you see it now? I can't see it on
Yes,
mine.
better. But you zoom in like full presentation. The icon next to the minus. Yes, that's right.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Not yet. Maybe the bad
Hmm.
connection.
Um, Hold on one second.
Uh,
Can you see it now or no? Is that the first slide?
Yet you can use the first slide. The slide in rehearsal is okay. Mm.
Can you see this now? It's the two domains.
No, no, it's not full.
Hmm.
It's separate.
I do not know.
Yes, it now good. Now good,
Good?
Justin.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Please continue.
Okay, so the exam itself is a two-part exam. The first part is covering financial acumen, and the second part is more on the analysis side. So, building projections, how you communicate data, how you tell a story with the data. And there is two testing windows per year. You can take either part in either order. We really recommend that you take both parts within the same testing window. There's two types of questions on the exam. So there's multiple choice, as well as task-based simulations. And for the task-based simulations, you're given a Excel-like tool that you will actually use in the test to complete answers. So you'll have to build a model. You'll be given a set of um, ideas on what you need to build out, and you'll actually use that tool to create a model on the exam. So how you prepare for it, obviously you can do in-person prep with SmartTrain, but we also, each person that signs up gets access to the exam prep platform, which is an online self-paced study tool that has all the things you would think of in prep for a certification. So it has built-in instructor-led videos, has over 25 chapters of content, timed practice questions and practice exams. There's knowledge checks. As you work through the chapter, you'll answer a series of questions like a quiz at each one to make sure that you're retaining the information. And it also has a test at the beginning that will really set up the study plan for you. So based on your strengths and weaknesses, it'll tell you where to focus your time and energy. We just relaunched this. This is the second generation of the exam prep platform, and so far we've gotten really good feedback on the tool. Excuse me. As far as preparing for the exam, so this is just a sample. We do recommend you spend, we have people who have done it, we recommend 4 to 12 months in preparation. I mentioned before that there's 2 testing windows. So it's February and March and August and September. And again, you can take it in either order. And we've seen since we've had so many people go through it at this point, there's clearly a higher passing percentage of people that take both parts in the same testing window. And that's because there is overlap in content from part 1 to part 2. So as far as I mentioned previously, that's a 2-part exam, and you see here the financial acumen. So that the part 1 is all multiple choice, and you can see how it's broken there with concepts of business and finance, business partnering, and systems and technology. And then part 2 is where you get the task-based simulations and the scenario analysis problems. That's where you're given a scenario and use the spreadsheet tool to build models. And there we're covering analysis and projections, models and analytics, and business communications. One of the things that communication piece is a really important one. As I travel around the world and meet with CFOs and finance leaders, one thing that's sort of uniform in a skill gap that needs amongst finance is that storytelling piece. You can do the analytical work, but do you understand what they're trying to accomplish? Can you convince an audience internally on and tell a story, with the data? So that's a big part of the program as well.
Hi, Justin. Our
Yeah.
attendee just asked you can speak slowly.
Oh, sure, sure. Of course.
Yes, thanks.
Of course. Sorry. As far as registering for the exam, you do that online through afponline.org. And once you submit your application, it usually takes about a week or so to get approval. That's by our certification team internally. And you'll get an email that you registered with, an authorization to test. And then you actually take the exam at Pearson VUE testing centers. So you do take it online at a computer, but it's in a monitored testing facility. There's thousands of Pearson VUE locations around the world, and certainly in Vietnam as well. And so that's where you take it. So it is monitored, but it is online, but it is monitored by a proctor at Pearson VUE locations. And so AFP membership, so once you receive the certification, you do have to complete 45 hours of continuing education every 3 years. And anyone that signs up for the certification, you automatically get AFP membership. We do not make you have to maintain AFP membership, but it does come, you do get a year of it when you sign up for the certification. And so when I mentioned those 45 continuing education credits, well, we require that because we want to make sure people are committed to the profession and they're staying current on best practices. And through that membership, there's many complimentary webinars and courses that you can take to fulfill those credit hours. And you also get access to all the guides and research and surveys that we put out throughout the year. We typically put out a guide every quarter, and we have multiple surveys running throughout the year. So again, AFP membership is a great resource, not only to stay current on best practices, but also to help you maintain and earn those recertification credits. So, just some of the benefits why people are doing it. Um, One, to establish that you have the knowledge, skills, and abilities of you've met that core competency in your profession. We see a number of people that have earned increased salaries and promotions by earning the FPAC certification, and we've really seen it grow globally. APAC area is our fastest growing market for the certification. Companies like PwC, Deloitte, General Motors, Verizon, Sony, all these organizations recognize the FP and many more, but recognize FPAC certification, and it's on their approved list of certifications. And then again, as you sort of line out your career trajectory, and you saw in some of those videos I was showing before we got on, a lot of people credit the FPAC certification as kind of moving them up within their finance organizations. So that is an overview of the FPAC certification. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all, and I think we'll be doing questions soon.